You're watching Ticket TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in.
All right. Appreciate everybody that's gonna tap in. Salute to all of y'all, man. Shout out to a couple of people who who popped up in the chat and sent donations last night and today. I want to shout y'all out real quick. Everybody who was in the Cash App and the PayPal. Appreciate the people still rolling 10 toes with me, support me, and showing love. Stacy Jefferson, I want to salute you. You sent a $50 donation to the Cash App last night. Appreciate you. And today I got three donations. One from Janine Brown. Salute to you, ma'am. You sent a $25 donation to the PayPal. I appreciate that. Also, Aaron Woods, salute to you. You sent $100 donation to the PayPal. I appreciate that, man. And you said appreciate the hard work. Ticket, salute to you. And also, shout out to Sharita Scott. She sent a $50 donation to the PayPal. Salute to you, ma'am. And I appreciate it. If y'all want to support the channel, the links at the top of the chat. Look, I come to y'all tonight with some breaking news. And you guys know when I come with the news, people get mad at me when I come with the news, but I'm not the one who makes up the news. I'm just the one that reports the news. And as I always gonna start doing, I'm gonna keep doing. I'm gonna have to just put the actual links to the stories, and I'm gonna have to put the screenshots on the screen because I'm tired of the abuse in the comment section of people thinking I'm coming in here just saying stuff just to say stuff. I'm not. Now, it's amazing to me that it could be reported on the news, but nobody's gonna say anything to the newscaster. You're not gonna go say nothing to that white newscaster, but you're gonna come say something to ticket for reporting on the news that's put out there by the white newscaster. Make it make sense. Peons, peasants, clowns in the comment section don't have no common sense whatsoever to think, oh, well, ticket's not the one that's making the allegations or creating the story. I'm just reporting the news. Nigga. Now let's get to it. According to the reports, New York Post right now released this story this afternoon that the Tupac murder suspect addresses fears that Suge Knight is going to out him in his upcoming memoir. And I'm going to read this article to you guys because Keefe D is now saying that he believes that Suge Knight is about to point him out as Tupac's killer. Now, according to this report that's coming out, and once again, just for the people who don't have a brain, I'm going to read the date at the bottom of the screen. This article came out, repeat after me, on May the 17th, 2026. Let me say it again. Let me say it again. Let me say it again. And to the brother Chico Low, you say they mad because it's bullshit news, but you here, brother. If it's bullshit, why click? Make it make sense, my G. It don't make no sense. If it's bullshit, why click? That's what I thought, brother. Now sit down and shut the hell up. Now, this story, before I read the article, not something that Ticket's making up, I'm reading a report to you, was published on May the 17th, 2026. What's today's date, y'all? May the 17th, 2026. It's in the New York Post. Big ass article. Big ass article in the New York Post. You can go look at it. I ain't say you have to agree with everything, sir. All I'm saying to you is, sir, I'm not coming in here making up no stories. I'm reporting factual news. That's all I'm saying, sir. That's all I'm saying. If you have a problem with that, that's on you. That's your prerogative. That's like you saying, hey man, I don't like a restaurant, but you go to that restaurant to eat every single day. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, dog. The only thing I'm saying is that I'm bringing you what's being reported. How you absorb it, that's you. Now let's get to the report. So, according to the report, and I am reading directly from the report that was released today. right? You guys see the date at the bottom of the screen. By James Desborough. He's the author of the report, right? Now let's get to this, because I know some people still not going to have a brain. But let's get to this. It says Tupac Shakur, murder suspect, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, isn't worried Suge Knight will finger him in an upcoming memoir as being involved in the shooting, right? Right? He's worried, right? Of the death of the rap legend Tupac Shakur. Suge Knight, who is currently serving a 28-year sentence from a fatal hit and run in 2015, is set to release his Your Pain Is My Joy memoir on August the 4th. Suge Knight has promised to reveal intricate details in the book about the night Tupac Shakur was murdered. The memoir's August release date is less than a week before Dwayne Keefe D. Davis's trial begins for the 1996 murder starts. Once again, sir, we're not talking about your prerogative. We're talking about facts and fiction, sir. I wasn't even talking to you. You came in here and made this yourself in the conversation. Ain't nobody crying, bro. Ain't no tear coming on my eye, playboy. So when you say crying, brother, ain't nobody crying, brother. You make yourself look stupid when you say dumb shit, homie. Now let's keep going. It says that Keefe D's Las Vegas lawyer, right? Right? They're saying that they're not concerned, right, about the memoir having any sort of impact on a jury or a trial. They said Keefe D has made numerous, this is what the article says, confessions over the years about being involved in Tupac Shakur's murder, including placing himself in the Cadillac that was the source of the gunfire that killed the rapper Tupac. He also confessed to being the shot caller and provided the gun that killed Tupac Shakur. Despite Keefe D's confessions, his lawyer is still confident that prosecutors do not have enough evidence to convince a jury beyond a reasonable doubt that he was involved. He feels confident that he can win the case for Keefe D, who he believes has been unfairly treated, adding his client spoke bullshit. Suge Knight has stated that his 352-page book, released through publishers Gallery Books, will deliver the truth about the moments before, during, and after his close friend and Death Row Records artist Tupac Shakur was gunned down just off the Vegas Strip. Suge Knight was driving the BMW in which Tupac, who was sitting in the passenger seat, was killed. The two had gotten into a fight at a Vegas casino with another group of men shortly before the fatal shooting. Keefe D's lawyer says that him and Keefe D are unconcerned by Suge Knight's writings. Honestly, he says, at the end of the day, I don't think Suge Knight's going to participate in this case at all, he told the Post. What's interesting about Suge is that he announced he will be publishing a book on August the 4th. In that book, he will identify the shooter. I don't even know what's going to be in the book. At this particular point, it is what it is. If he says one thing or another, I don't think it matters at all for our defense, he added. When asked about the possibility the allegations from Suge Knight could sway public opinion before the trial and potentially taint a jury, he says he still has faith in the legal system. He says it's a very tall ask of most people, especially in today's interconnected world that we live in. But I still have faith and trust in our system and in the promises and oaths taken by jurors that they will do what they are promising us to do. And it's not just for me, it's for the state of Nevada. Keefe D's lawyer does not think Suge Knight will be called as a witness during Keefe D's trial, as he has made too many conflicting statements about the night Tupac was murdered over the years. Discovery, which is the evidence for the trial, includes Keefe D's confessions over the years, as well as two separate recorded interviews with a Los Angeles police gang force and Las Vegas Metro officers from the early 2000s. In both police probes, Keefe D, accompanied by his former lawyer, confessed to being a shot caller in the killings, admitting that his nephew, Orlando Anderson, fired the fatal shots from the back of the car they were driving in Vegas. Orlando Anderson was killed in a gang-related shooting in 1998. I'm here to win the case. We're 100% invested in Keefe's defense because I believe it. And very rarely do you get a case where you believe the defense. Sometimes you're getting technical and saying, well, yeah, maybe he did it. You have a case. Here, where I really believe Keefe did not do what he said he did, his attorney told the New York Post. He added that Keefe D is a fantasist who made up his role in Tupac's death for mere fame and fortune during those infamous confessions. He says, I think Keefe knows that I'm in his corner and I have a personal pride issue here because I want to win this case too. And I want to do the best job for Keefe that I can, his lawyer says. Keefe's trial begins on August the 10th of this year. Now, here's the problem for Keefe D. Keefe D has a couple problems, you guys, and we're going to talk about some of his problems right now. One of Keefe's problems, let me repeat this again. One of Keefe's problems is, and it's one of his main problems, is that Keefe D has went on interviews with the legendary Art of Dialogue. Not only did he do that, he had interviews with the actual police department, right? In which he was alleged to have given information in exchange for a proffer, right? But if you listen to the officer who gave him the interview, right? Greg Caden, the one who came out and revealed some things that was spoken in that interview, he has revealed that Keefe D did not have a deal to where he could then go out, do interviews, and talk about the case. Think about this now, right? He couldn't do that. Also, he has the issue because Keefe D in his interviews has claimed that Suge Knight and him saw each other eye to eye. Here's the thing, right? If Suge Knight will write this in a book, we don't know what's coming out in the book. They're suspecting that he's going to out the murderer because they said he's going to give the information, right? That's what it says in the article, right? If he does he get time reduction? Does he get any type of leniency on his current sentence? He's serving a 28-year sentence, right? And he's the only one that's still alive outside of Keefe D that was in those two cars between him and Tupac and Keefe D and the other three people that was in that car. So would a jury say, hey, forget all the other things he said? Would a jury Except, because I'm going to tell you something. Here's the problem that KVD is going to have. It all depends on what Suge say. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Because they use niggas' raps in legal cases to solve cases as well. And not only that, not only are they using niggas' rhymes, they using what niggas saying in interviews. Let me repeat this again. They're using what people are saying in interviews and in their rhymes against them. How do I know this? We've seen various interviews where people have come on interviews and self-incriminated themselves, where they have incriminated themselves and locked themselves up because of information that they have given in interviews. Now, right? Everybody was wondering why in the blue hell was Keefe D saying all the things he was saying publicly after he had already gotten a proffer and walked free all these years, right? So let's do this. And shout out to the legendary Art of Dialogue. This is what he told Art of Dialogue. Keefe D.
So Tupac joining Death Row. What was your reaction when you found out that he joined Death Row?
Oh shit, that was a big plus for for sure. He was still my friend. Yeah, that was a big plus. Rolling. Matter of fact, my people really started that record company.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Who?
I can't tell you his name, but he started that record company. And Suge knew that he started that record company. So that's why that night, when that shit happened, they told the police on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're gonna get into all that. So you was cool with it, right? So when
Now listen to what he said. Hold on. This is what Keefe D said. This is what's gonna get him jammed up. He said that night, he claims that Suge Knight told the police on him. Well, here's the question. All that's gonna come up in the trial. Did Suge Knight actually say that to the police in a statement that the police have in the files that we've never seen all these years that will come out in this murder trial? Because there's going to be a lot of files that come out in the murder trial we've never seen this whole time. Statements people gave that we never seen over the years. All that's going to come out in this trial in August. It's all going to come out. So the question is, was Keefe D lying right there when he said that Suge Knight gave the cops a statement that night? That's what he said. If that is true, they'll use that statement against him in this case. And they'll use the fact that he said that as corroboration of his story and what he said in these interviews as being true. That's why you have to pay attention to the details, because it's about to all come out. This is the thing that people don't realize. On August the 10th, it's all going to come out. All of it. It's all coming out. Everything people said over the years, this is the thing people not talking about. Anything that was said to the cops, all statements, all this shit. Did y'all not see how many files they got in that discovery? It's all coming out. Everything that we didn't know for all these years. Whether it was rappers, whoever else that may have spoken to the police, whoever else that was on the scene, statements they may have given, it's all going to come out in this trial. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about what was said between the night of the shooting and now to the police. And these statements would all come out in court because it would be a part of this murder trial. So everything that we didn't know for years that was sealed in files, that was potentially confidential information, will come out because Keefe D said this. And I never forgot he told Art of Dialogue this. He told Art of Dialogue, he alleged that very night Suge Knight told the cops. If that's the case, the cops always have that on record. And I've never heard the cops talk about that, which means that could have been confidential information as a part of what they call a cold case, which now is not a cold case because they've charged Keefe D for the murder, which means that all of that information from back in 1996 with the police everything that was stated is gonna come out. So anybody that gave statements to the cops and whatever they said, it's gonna come out. And that's the part nobody's talking about. We fitting to see everything, y'all. Listen
So was
to what
you a
he said.
Tupac fan before? Like,
Listen to what he said.
When that shit happened, they told the police on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're gonna get into all that. So
he said when that shit happened, he told the police on me. This is what Keefe D told Art of Dialogue in a legendary interview Art did. So that's what he said. So if that's true, we're gonna find out during the trial because that's gonna be in the police report. That's all gonna come out. That's all gonna come out. Let's go. Listen to that one more time because I don't want people to put words in my mouth. I want people to stop put words in their mouth. Listen again.
Who?
I can't tell you his name, but he started that record company. And Suge knew that he started that record company. So that's why that night, when that shit happened, they told the police on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're gonna get into all that. So you was cool with it, right? So was you a Tupac fan before, like when you joined Death Row?
Yeah, it was cool. Tupac, he was an rapper.
Okay. So you was cool when he joined Death Row. Yeah. I was all happy you, Orlando, because I heard, or I don't know if he was just saying that in an interview, but Orlando Anderson said he was a Tupac fan.
Yeah, we was Tupac fans. We wanted to get him.
Is it true that you had a run-in with Tupac at the House of Blues?
Yeah, him and that dude, Edie.
Yeah, Edie, I mean?
Edie, is that him?
Yeah.
Kind of bad dude.
Yeah, he an outlaw. Man.
Yeah, so, we had went to the House of Blues. One of our big homies went with us, older dude. And, as a matter of fact, his name, old man, he went with us. And Tupac came out with that song, Long Beach and Rosecrans.
Yeah, California Love.
Yeah, and the big homie like, motherfucker, you know what the fuck that shit stand for? And he like kind of snatched him up at him, collared him, and then he got like, man, no, that's just a song they wrote it. He don't know what's going on in these neighborhoods.
Okay, so y'all had an issue with the line Tupac.
Now, let me say this. This is the part everybody's not talking about. And y'all smash the like button because this is very important what I'm saying to y'all. This is the part everybody's not talking about. All these things he's saying, Art knew to ask him these questions. You better believe the cops knew. So who did the cops ask about all these things over the years? Who did they ask? And what statements did they give to the cops? That's all coming out in this trial. All that's coming out because Keefe D, his defense is that everything he said was lies. So if that's the case, what the cops are going to do is they're going to show, hey, no, what he said was true. Because when we interviewed this one, and we asked all these different people, and these are the statements we got from these different people. Sworn statements that corroborated or didn't corroborate. This case is going to be explosive. And I don't think people understand everything get ready to come out in this case that the cops got. Because this is their last and only real chance to get a real conviction. Keefe D is saying everything he's saying was just lying and made up. So what the prosecution is going to do is prove or try to prove that everything Keefe D said and been saying is true. Now let's keep going.
Said in California Love, the Rosecrans one.
Yeah, that's what the big homie did. Yeah.
And what was Tupac's reaction when y'all confronted him?
Shit, he was scared. Shit. Because really, he didn't know nothing about no Long Beach and Rosecrans when he got out of jail.
What was your reaction when Tupac dropped Hit 'Em Up?
He, at that last verse, I think he was like, what he said, like, fuck whoever hang with him. You know what I'm saying? I guess he was meant that for us. But shit, he ain't ready.
Showing you these things could be a part of motive, along with what happened at the casino. All this stuff Keefe D said, I'm telling y'all this. They gonna run this shit back. Did y'all see how much discovery they say they got on this nigga? So think about this. All these little details. They use this to put together a complete motive. This is what they do. This is why y'all gotta use y'all brains when y'all thinking this shit going his case is gonna expose a lot of secrets, a lot of hidden secrets that the general public never knew for years. 3 months is coming. Let's keep going.
They weren't ready for us, though. You know what I'm saying? Because they rappers and they was in that music shit. We street dudes. You know what I'm saying? They weren't ready for us. Period.
So you felt like Tupac was talking about you at the end of the song when he made that
talking about our hood, yeah.
When did Puffy first approach you about being his security when he came to LA?
He never approached me about no shit. He just asked, was it cool to come out there for concerts? Because they had that conflict in Atlanta with Big Jake, shit like that.
So you was hanging out with Von Zip and Puff Daddy called, right?
Yeah, this was like maybe like 95, you know, 95. He was doing that tour. I think it was the BET tour. He had Naughty by Nature.
See how many specifics he giving? It's gonna be hard to walk that out in a court of law, y'all. It's gonna be hard for him to go to court and say, "Yeah, I was lying about all those specifics I gave," because all these things he's saying, the timelines, he's thinking in the interviews like, yeah, this timeline." All they're gonna do is match up the timelines to the words he said in these interviews and say, "Hey, hold on, these things was really happening at this time. So were you lying about this too?" They finna cook Keefy. I'm trying to y'all finna see this. That nigga should have never did no interviews, bro. You finna see. Pay attention to the details, cause it's getting diabolical.
On there, Craig Mack, what's some broad's name? Total, Mary J. Blige, and Jodeci, then Junior Mafia, and then Biggie. That was that tour. And we so one night me and Zip was rolling in his van. Had a little nice ass luxury van. And the phone rang. He has to speak to me, and I talked to him. And he said, "Is it cool to come out there for concerts?" Shit. So why not? He called the Suge CEO, big CEO. And I like, man, just give us like 50 tickets to every concert, and we'll be there. And we went to the San Diego one in Anaheim, the Irvine shit, one out here in Vegas. Most of yeah.
See, that's all they're gonna do. They're gonna go look up all those dates to see if Diddy and them was really doing concerts at those venues, like he said. They're gonna use his words to corroborate the whole story, and whatever other statements they got on the low, they're gonna use that and use what he said to corroborate all the other evidence they got behind the scenes. Watch what I tell y'all. They finna bake a cake on this nigga.
But he didn't have no problem with that.
Puffy, if I'm not mistaken, Puffy, he approached you on 3 different occasions, right? About pitting the hit on Tupac and Suge.
No. He never approached me about that. That's Greg Caden. He want to make just like he had me a little fat dude, sagging, little gang member, you know what I'm saying? Wearing khakis and shit. They were dressed like that. You wouldn't even know we was gang members. You just seen us, you know what I'm saying? He stereotyped our ass. To me, all that show was a bunch of bullshit. It's like the dog with the gun in the mouth. That was a bunch of bullshit, all that. You know? That show was bullshit. If they want a real show, they need to come and get me and they can get a real show. You know what I'm saying? Really, really what happened. You believe everything he say, you know what I'm saying? He just put it the way he wanted it to be. The white man way. You know what I'm saying? Stereotype does bad. To me.
Yeah, but some of the stuff, I mean, with Greg Caden, because like you just said, he recorded you and you ain't know. But yeah, some of the stuff you actually told him in a recording, right?
Some of the stuff, yeah. I didn't tell him.
Right.
I was telling the people that was in charge of this shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So you told him this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Puff Daddy, put a hit.
Well, maybe. Have you ever heard that on the recording?
Maybe, okay, here's the thing, right? Maybe he didn't directly say, yo, put a hit out on Tupac and Suge, but he did make comments about it. Maybe he wasn't serious about it, but he did when he was around you, saying that, yo, I'll put $1 million if somebody can handle Tupac and Suge. Even if he wasn't serious about it, but he did say that around you.
It was floating in there. I can say that. Yeah.
So before we get off of that, you and Puffy was hanging out one day, and he wasn't serious about it, but it was floating in the air. He made a comment.
You just gonna keep on trying to get that. I keep saying it was floating in the air, dog.
Okay, gotcha.
Let's move past that.
Okay. So the 1996 Soul Train, was you there?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I never pulled no gun on nobody. I wasn't even with Biggie them. I said it, I had some tickets for my little scapper dude. Me and my homie Win. We were never with Puff and them. I never pulled no gun on them dudes. If I pull a gun on you, motherfucker, you would have been dead. You know what I'm saying? That's just the law. You pull a gun, you use it. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the old school, homie. You pull a gun, you use it. You know what I'm saying? That was a bunch of bullshit, man. I swear to God, that shit was fabricated. He made it out to what he wanted it to be. With his prescription, his vision of what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, Reggie Wright even said that he remembered you pulling out a gun.
And then one of their guys kind of pulled out a gun. He didn't say who the guy was. I could have sworn it was KPD. I always said it was KPD.
I ain't pull out no fucking gun. I'm bigger than that, homie. If I send motherfuckers, what I look like the man pulling out a gun. That's just like Suge pulling out a gun. Come on, homie.
Right.
What I look like pulling out a gun.
So did you see the
I've never seen Puff and them there, none at that Soul Train Award. I've never seen them. I went backstage or nothing. I was in the audience. Sat next to fucking Boys and the Man dude. They ain't even complimented my suit. Brother, you clean as a motherfucker. I sat next to Boys and Men at that fucking award show. I was never backstage or nothing. So Reggie Wright, he lying about that. That's a lie.
Did you see the TV show Unsolved?
Yeah.
And you see how they portrayed you?
A bunch of bullshit. I wasn't sagging, little fat dude. Come on, man. I only weighed about 160 pounds back then. If that would have fucking happened, I would have been on the news for murders. If I would have pulled a gun on the motherfucker, Suge would have been dead, Tupac would have been dead, Reggie Wright would have been dead, a whole lot of motherfuckers would have been dead. I would have emptied the clip. I ain't gonna pull no gun on nobody without using it. That's a street law, man. That'll get you killed quick, dude. You don't pull no gun without using it, homie. I'm from the old school. I'm a real Crip, dude. I'm not fucking pulling no gun without using it. I would have been on the news, homie. I would have been in custody. I would have pulled a gun on them at the fucking Soul Train Award. I wasn't fucking with them. Puff never seen me that day. Biggie never seen me. Suge and them never seen me that day or nothing. I was sitting in the fucking audience. Sitting next to Boys and Men. What's that dude's name? Wayne and whatever their fucking name is. Yeah.
So what did you hear about it? Because you wasn't there, but it did happen. So what story did you hear about that?
I heard they just had a little class. I didn't hear about no gun being pulled or none of that bullshit. I heard they had a little class.
Who told you that?
They told me later on that night at a party.
Okay, getting somewhere now. Okay, you wasn't involved in the incident. Okay, we get that. So what I'm telling you is, tell me what they told you about what happened at the Soul Train Awards after the incident.
They just say dude just tried to throw a fake ass nutty. Tupac tried to throw a fake nutty on him. That's all.
And they said Puff Daddy ran, right?
Hell no, man. They didn't run. They had hitters there too, dude. You know what I'm saying? They had hitters there too. I wasn't there. I never pulled no gun. I told you we can end that shit. You just keep on trying to get it out.
No. I'm just saying.
I wasn't there. They didn't see me at no fucking thing.
No, I get it. You wasn't
God
there.
can strike me down right fucking now. If I pulled a gun on a motherfucker, I would have been in for San Quentin right now on death row. I pulled a gun on a motherfucker. Come on, man.
Yeah, I got you. No, I'm not saying
I
you
been
was
shooting
there.
motherfuckers, man. Come on, homie.
Now I do agree with Keefe D on that. I don't think that I think Keefe D is not lying about that. I think Keefe D. I think that if he would have pulled the gun, he would have probably used it back in that day. So I don't think that he would have pulled it because I do agree with what he said. In that era, man, and in this era, in any era, if you pull a gun, if you don't use it, you gonna get clipped. You gonna get sent up top. So I do believe that part of what he said too. You know what I'm saying? So people gonna, hey, listen. So which part is he gonna tell the people I was lying, and which part is he gonna say I'm telling the truth in? See, these are the biggest things that he's gonna have to battle with this entire time. Which parts did you tell the truth, and which parts did you lie? You know what I'm saying? Those are the serious parts that he's going to have to address throughout his entire situation, right? So this is the real situation right here that's going on with Keefe D. Is the things that he said, right, is going to come back to visit him. The things that he said in the interview. The things he said in the interview with Art, those things are going to come back and visit him, man. Because he said a lot, bro. He said a lot, man, and he said, you know, he said, like I said before, man, he said he not only did he say a lot to the police, he said a lot in them interviews, man. He said a whole lot, bro. He put a whole lot out there, man, for people to digest, for everybody to just sit back and just say, damn, dog, like, you know what I'm saying? This is one of them situations right here, bro, where bro, I think they're gonna fry his ass on that stand, bro. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think they're gonna cook his ass, man. I think he's cooked, bro. I think he's cooked, man. And the reason why I think he's cooked, I think that what he's gonna do is, man, is I think they're gonna play a lot of this stuff. And then, like I said, I think they're gonna line up the things that he said, in these interviews, man. I think they're gonna line it up, man. I mean, let's go to this part right here. Listen to what he said right here, bro. This is crazy, man.
Is it true that Puff Diddy had a bounty on the Death Row chains?
No. Like they say, they said it's $10,000. It don't make sense because the chains weren't worth $10,000. Some little punk ass chains worth about $500-$600 back then. It was a bullshit change. I guess he did that to his little henchmen. Them bullshit chains away.
Yeah, because I know Suge Knight, Tupac, they wasn't wearing no, cheap chains like that. So it had to be his henchmen. So you saying his henchmen was wearing like
that was a bullshit chain. I wouldn't wear that bullshit. I wouldn't have put that on my neck.
So how you know the change was?
Because I seen it.
How you seen it?
The homies had it. Like, it ain't back from the mall.
Okay, so with that being said, man, let's get right into that, man. So the Lakewood Mall incident with Trayvon Lane.
It's another thing. See, what Keefe D said is Keefe D's building up the case. In these interviews, he built up the case against him. He's building up the motive. Keefe D is building up all the story for why Tupac and them and everything happened at the goddamn Tyson fight in the casino. He's building up the whole storyline. That nigga said, yo, I seen them chains. He said that. So when they rewind this shit to him, listen, they're going to rewind this to him in court. Listen to this.
Cheap chains like that. So it had to be his henchmen. So you saying his henchmen was wearing like...
That was a bullshit chain. I wouldn't wear that bullshit. I wouldn't have put that on my neck.
So how you know the change was cheap?
Because I seen it.
How you seen it?
The homies had it. Like, it ain't back from the mall.
He said the homie got it when he came back from the mall. Bro, so he said, Keefe D said all of this in the interview. So he would have had, they're going to say, yo, you would have had to make all that would have had to been a lie, which has been over the years pretty much stated as factual information. That this chain incident did happen. This is why you don't say nothing in these type of interviews. Keefe D shit just went away. But looking to get that dollar in them interviews, man. You looking to get them interview money, man. once he skated away, he should just disappear, bro. Real talk, man. Or if you was gonna skate these guys to do interviews, you shouldn't even talk about it. You should be like, man, I don't want to talk about that part, man. Or just not even go into detail about that. He went into way too much detail. And if the cops had any type of evidence to corroborate, they're just going to use all his interviews and his stories to line up with whatever statements, evidence, and everything else they had over the years. Because he giving them, in these interviews, you're giving the whole case.
Okay, so with that being said, man, let's get right into that, man. So the Lakewood Mall incident with Trayvon Lane. Give me a detailed account of everything that took place.
I wasn't there, but one of my little homies, he's for the play for Arizona, University of Arizona, and he was at the mall. And my nephew and all the other homies was on their way to meet him to buy him some stuff so he can go off to college. And they was already trying to press him. It was Trayvon Lane and a couple of more dudes. I think Kevin Woods and some other dude. There was three of them.
Mm-hmm.
And once my little homie seen, he both.
And see, here's the part right here. He named those names, right? Here's the part we're going to find out in court in less than 3 months. Did the cops interview these individuals right after these incidents? And if they interviewed them, did they give any statements to the police? And if they gave statements, because listen, if he's saying this now, and they interviewed them and they gave statements about these situations and it lines up, it's going to be hard for Keefe D to go in the court and say, yeah, everything I said in those interviews was lies, man. I was just capping. Because they're going to say, well, hold on, we had interviews with these people at the time that you didn't even know about. Well, we went and interviewed all these people as we were investigating this case. Think about what I'm saying to y'all. That's why you got to pay attention to the details of what people say. Because what people say is very important.
A football player, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And he was strong safety. So once he see the homies come through the door, that's when he knocked Trayvon Lane out and took his chains. Snaps his chains at the same time. Boom. And one of them got knocked out through the shoe rack. Knocked out all the shoes. They fucked him up bad. Yeah.
Trayvon Lane, he said y'all never took the chain. Y'all tried to, but y'all didn't get it.
My little homeboy had the chains, Marcus. He passed away though. That's just all.
See?
That was bullshit chains.
But he put the name on it.
I
though.
wouldn't wear that bullshit.
He put the name on it. He said, nah, my little homeboy, Marcus. See, this is the thing. And you got to figure out, did the cops notice at that time? At that time, right around the time of Tupac'S murder, for one, you got to ask, was these guys still alive around that time? And if so, did the cops ask any of these people about any of these accounts? And did any of these people give information or statements to the police? That's the part nobody knows. That's been all hidden in the files over the years. So you will get this stuff in this murder trial because they're going to need it. If they're going to say, hey, we can prove everything he was saying in these statements is true, they're going to have to show all those different statements that corroborate what Keefe D was saying in, his statements to Greg Kading and in his public interviews. Think about what I just said, bro. If he would have said nothing, they would have probably never had no case against this guy. Let's keep going.
Bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Orlando Anderson, he was involved with that incident, right?
He was there. Yeah. He was up there.
There you go right there. He put Orlando up there. So, once again, this goes to motive. They're going to chop this shit down in court, bro. They're going to say, okay, this is why Tupac went and jumped in this whole situation. They're going to build up this whole situation of why Orlando got jumped that night. He just put Orlando up there on the chain incident. He didn't have to say any of this stuff. He didn't have to say any of this stuff. He put that information out there in the interviews, right? So imagine if the police did interviews with people about that situation, which they did over those years. And they asked and corroborated from certain people, hey, was he up there? You don't even know if the cops got video footage from the mall. Remember, the mall still had cameras inside. So we don't even know all these years if the cops secretly got footage from inside the malls. Think about what I just said to y'all. Remember, there was still video footage at that time, even though it's not the same quality as it is today. There was video footage. You better believe they went and got that mall video footage if there was any. You better believe they did. Especially if there was a fight in the mall. You better believe the cops was called. You better believe they got that video. You better believe they question people. These are all the things nobody's talking about because people ain't thinking deep like that when they think about this case. A lot of shit get ready to get revealed. The same way they went and got them videotapes from the casino. You in a mall, a fight breaks out in the mall. You better believe they got cameras in that mall. Let's keep going.
It was about 8 of them. 8 homies went up there from Southside and handled their business.
Did Orlando talk to you about the incident?
Everybody that came back from the mall told me about the shit. Told me what happened. They was laughing.
The Tupac'S Vegas incident. Why was y'all in Vegas in the first place?
Come to the fights. We was going to the fights before the rappers. Before Suge even had a record company. We've been going to the fights since like 88, 89. Yeah. Come down there for the big fights.
So did y'all have tickets to that fight?
Yeah.
Y'all did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got them from my little scamper partner. Scamper. Matter of fact, I was in Tracy with him. He's from Rolling 60s. Little twin dude, he's a scamper. When I got out, I used to go to the games, the Raider games at the Coliseum. He used to be in front of the thing. I found out he was a scamper, so we exchanged numbers. So any concert, sporting event, I would call him ahead of time and get the tickets.
That's another bad thing. He named names. So we don't even know if this guy's still alive he named. What if that guy's still alive that he named? What if that guy's still alive and the cops got him as a witness that's going to come testify in the case? Yeah. Because remember, Keefe D is saying he wasn't even there the night of that murder. That's what he's saying now. Think about what I just said. Who knows if, because he named his name, that the guy he says that he scalped tickets off of, who knows if that guy's alive and the cops went and investigated that guy and questioned that guy. He gave them the names. This ain't even rocket science, bro. This is anybody with a simple mind and a simple brain thinking this. Like, if that dude's alive, the cops went and talked to him, bro. If he's alive, the cops went and talked to him. The question is if he's alive and the cops talked to him, did he say anything or not? Keefe saying this in an open interview. So they could just use him to say, hey, man, did you give Keefe D tickets to the Mike Tyson fight that night? He said you were scalping tickets. If he confirms that, Keefe's fucked. Because he said he wasn't there that night. To the cops now. But he's telling in the interviews he was there. They had tickets to all of, and he gave the name and the information of the dude. Bro, you talking about handing a case to the cops. You can't hand the case to the police easier than this. These are facts. These are facts.
What day did y'all show up to Vegas?
I came on Thursday.
That Thursday?
Yeah.
And the fight was on a Saturday. Y'all showed up on a Thursday. And if I'm not mistaken, the day before the shooting, you spoke to Suge Knight and Tupac, right? A day prior?
I didn't talk to Tupac, don't know me.
But Suge Knight, you had a
Yeah,
conversation with Suge Knight.
we was waiting on our cars at the valet at the MGM, and they pulled up.
There you go right there. Think about what he just said, y'all. He said the valet at the MGM. You don't think his cameras out there at that valet? He gave the date. So if he said this now, what if he said that to the cops then? And what if the cops have videotape that we've never seen? And they went and got those valet videotapes that put him in Vegas. In the valet. People not using their brains. Remember, they had the video footage from inside the goddamn casino. But he says, yo, we was at the MGM the days before that in the valet. If he told that to the people, man, they would have got all those tapes. Anyways, they could have went back and got those tapes from a couple days before in those tapes. Think about what I just said, bro. This man should have not said nothing, bro. Bro, listen, watch when they go to court. It's going to be a lot of shit brought out that we never knew. People that may have given statements, all kind of shit, bro. And they're going to use that to line up everything he say and say, yo, what he was saying in these interviews was 100% the truth. And I'll be damned, because remember, the night that Tupac and them got in that fight in the MGM Grand, it was just a lot of people in that casino. So it was hard to identify everybody because of the choppiness of the tape. But he said couple nights before then that him and Suge was in the valet. What if they got that videotape that put Suge in the valet and they got him on tape with Suge? Game over. And they was just always in the files. Remember, we don't get to see all the files until a trial comes. Then they show their hand. The goddamn cops not going to show everything they got until they get to trial. Statements, videos, all these things. Think about what I just said. He put himself there different times and put himself in certain venues where all they got to do is go say, okay, well, let's go look at all the valet tapes. Because you know they went and got all the videotapes. Think about what I'm saying to y'all.
They Rolls Royces.
Tell me about that. Because that was a Friday. That was the day before.
Yeah, he got out and came and shook my hand. What up, big?
The day before the fight. So imagine if they went and got those cameras the day before the fight in the valet and they see big ass Suge Knight, who bigger than everybody. And they say, oh, that's Keefy D right there. And that would have put that nigga in Vegas. Case over. Think about what I'm saying to y'all now. This nigga in the interview, he gave the cops all the details in the interview. Peep game.
Big dog?
Suge Knight.
Yeah. That's why I didn't understand why would they jump on my nephew the next day. I was stupid.
Okay, so he came up to you, he shook his hand.
Hey, man, what up, big dog? What you doing? You know, all the bitches, because all the bras was around him, and so they like, who the fuck is this dude? He must be powerful. You know what I'm saying?
Keefy D gave too much information. What if the cops got one of those girls that was in that entourage to testify? Yeah, I saw that interchange. I saw those guys. What if they got one of those girls that he claimed that was in that entourage to come forward at that time and give them a statement, or maybe two, to say, yeah, I saw that guy right there, and point this nigga out. He don't know if they got all this shit. Think about what I just said to y'all. He giving them the case. Smash the like button. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Everybody was like that. Damn, he just came out of the crowd just to shake this dude in. Yeah.
So just take me through that Saturday. Everything.
He said everybody said, oh, he came out the crowd just to shake this dude's hand. So he don't put so many people that witnessed this. He put so many people that could have potentially witnessed him there that night. He gave it himself. This is what y'all don't understand. The cops, they're going to break down all this shit. They have broken down all this shit he said in these interviews. They didn't go jam him up and arrest him for no reason, bro. They arrest that nigga because they got enough pieces of the puzzle to put that shit together. And when they get to trial, they're going to use all this nigga words against him. Watch what I tell you.
Thing leading up to the incident.
We had got tickets from the scapper dude, and he had us placed all over. We was gonna meet at the cafe after the fight. That was all our plans. So everybody was coming to the cafe and shit. I seen some of my partners from 1180 East Coast Crip. They're like, hey, they just jumped on your nephew. Like, ooh, said some death row niggas. Like, bullshit. They're like, yeah. So we ran into the lane inside the lobby.
So y'all ran into your nephew Orlando. What did he say to you?
He just said they jumped on him and stuff like that. I asked him, was he all right? His shoulders kind of fucked up. I guess when getting kicked in the shoulder or something, he said his shoulder was fucked up.
How mad was he?
I was more mad than him. Yeah.
That nigga put himself in the line right there. He gave a motive right there. He said, I was more mad than him. He gave himself a motive. Listen to what I'm saying to y'all. They gonna fry this nigga. He said, man, I was more mad than him. Think about this. And he've already said in those same statements, yo, if I pull out a gun, everybody dying. Bro, they gonna torture his ass on that stage, in that case, bro. Listen to this shit.
What you know what I'm saying, motherfucker? You what's up? Know who people that is.
So what exactly did he tell you? Did he tell you like, yo, Tupac jumped on me, or
he just said that the death row niggas jumped on him?
And the only injury he had was his shoulder.
His shoulder was kind of fucked up.
Okay, so take me through that. You know, Orlando, he got jumped. What happened after that?
So we ran into the New York dudes. Them them. Yeah, so do we need some help? We like, nah, we good. And my little homie, we had some little homies out here selling work, kilos and shit. They like, man, we know who them niggas gonna be. They gonna be at the 662 Club. They been advertising this all week. They gonna perform tonight. So we went up there. My little homies went and got the choppers. And Mob James talking about he seen us back there. He lucky he didn't see us. We didn't see him. You know what I'm saying? They lucky they didn't show up. You know what I'm saying? So we had some headhunters with us, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they lucky they didn't show up. 3 choppers. It would have been a massacre, you know? And just pulled up there and shit. Pulled up there, waited up there for about an hour. Wow, James said 10 minutes. It wasn't fucking 10 minutes. Waited up there about an hour. We got tired and went on, started, let's go get high. We bought some champagne bottles, Cristal and Dom Perignon and shit. Stopped at the store and got that shit. When we left, we was in 3 cars, matter of fact. And the other 2 cars missed the light.
That's another thing. He said we stopped, got some Cristal and some Dom Perignon. What if somebody saw them? What if somebody can ID them from that night that was working? What if somebody says, hey, man, I remember that guy. They did come in here that night. Bro, this nigga don't gave the whole case. Y'all got to understand how the cops work. They're going to go back and check every fucking loose end from the very beginning. If this nigga told them this then, you better believe they went and checked all those loose ends. They checked all those loose ends. You better believe it. Bro, he's fucked.
The light. So we kept on going heading towards the hotel. Well, when we got to Flamingo, that's when dude was hanging out. He was like he was in a parade or something. Stupid ass. Hanging out the window. Hey! He was like, Tupac! Like, oh, there go that motherfucker. And we hopped at Huey.
Now, see, that's another thing. He gave that detail, right? Oh, Pac was hanging out the whip, throwing it up. You know what I'm saying? We said, look at this. See? Now, what they gonna do? What the cops probably did back then? They probably asked the entire entourage, did Pac do anything out of the ordinary? Did he stick his head out the window? Was he doing all this? What if their statements to the cops, all the people that was in Pac's entourage, that, oh yeah, Pac stuck his head out the window and he was, celebrating, he was happy. What if they say that? That lines up with Keefe D's eyewitness testimony. He's fucked, bro. He is screwed, bro. You better believe they did their due diligence on this. They didn't just go arrest him because something he said in the interview, bro. He said something in the interview that lined up with shit they already had for years. They just needed his confession to put it together. He is fucked, bro. I'm telling y'all this. He's screwed.
That was it.
So I want to backtrack a little. So y'all was waiting at 662. Tupac and Suge Knight didn't show up. But if I'm not mistaken, y'all was actually waiting at 662 for Tupac and Orlando can fight, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that, because Orlando actually wanted to fight Tupac, right?
He's gonna get his ass knocked out.
That was another motive. He said that they were supposed to. So he's giving the cops. He's giving the police motives to why they would want to do something to Tupac. He's telling you, yo, we want to go get the square up with him. Game over.
Lane had hands. One punch.
For real, he had hands?
Oh, hell yeah, like God. Yeah.
So tell me about that. Orlando saying he wanted to fight Tupac and have a heads up with him.
We just, I was gonna tell Suge, let him get down. That's all. We just gonna beat his ass.
So y'all was at 662, Tupac and Suge Knight didn't show up. So that's when y'all decided to retaliate, and that's when y'all was like, okay.
We just left because they didn't show up.
Okay. One Zip is the one that provided y'all with the gun, right?
I don't know nothing about that.
I mean, it's in the book and everything, yeah.
I don't know nothing about that. Ask Gabe Chris.
That's another thing. You wrote that in your book. Bro, they're going to use the book against this nigga. If you wrote that in the book, bro, it's over with. You wrote that in a book, that then they gave you a gun? That's accessory to murder. Bro, that's crazy. Right there. Bro, and he said the nigga said, so he said the nigga knew what was up because he said that he asked him, yo, y'all need some help? Bro, that's crazy, bro.
Ray K, you believe most of his stories. You know? You do though.
Yeah, Greg Caden said it. I mean, it said it in the book. I got your book, the audio book.
He got the whole world fucked up. Like you, he got you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like I said,
No, this is in your book.
Unsolved is fucking, Unsolved is fabricated bunch of bullshit the way he wanted to portray me. You know what I'm saying? I'm sagging, khaki pants. Man, I didn't want no khaki pants in fucking junior high school. I'm a player, dude.
But here's the thing. I got the audio book. So
Yeah,
so it's all in the book. So One Zip is the one that provided, not you, but somebody that was in a white Cadillac with the gun.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go. He said, yeah. He said it on tape. So he implicated this man as accessory to murder on video. On video. There you have it. There you have it right there.
All right, so tell me how that came about. You want to tell me the person he gave it to. Okay, so we're not trying to blame you for that, but just tell me how that came about. One Zip or friend, somebody that was in the car with the gun.
What you say?
No, just tell me how it came about. Once again, you don't have to say who exactly he gave the gun to, but just say how it came about where Von Zip provided you and your crew with the gun.
No, he just asked us, do we need some help? Shit. He came up with the thing. That's all.
He asked us, do we need some help? And he came over with the thing. That's all. Game over. Accessory to murder. Accessory. He's telling you, y'all need some help. Hey man, here go a blicky right here. If you knowingly know somebody's going to use a weapon to commit a crime and you give that to him, you're accessory to murder. He put him in the play. They're going to fry his ass on the stand, bro. I can only wait to see, after 30-something years, all the evidence the cops have had from interviews and all that other shit behind the scenes that we never got to see. That everybody that was living then will finally get to see. Right? Think about this shit. All of the interviews they did. You know they was out there doing interviews because they had the gang force and everybody else out there talking to everybody. They was shaking bushes out there. Because remember, after Tupac's murder, it was a crime scene out there. Bro, this shit finna get diabolical on August the 10th. On August the 10th, when this trial start, y'all finna see it.
Yeah, the thing on. We already had things too, though.
Greenleaf, what's good?
Right. We had already had things too. Yeah, the thing. That's all.
So how did you know Tupac and Suge was in the black BMW?
He was hanging out the window.
Tupac?
Yeah.
What was he doing?
Shit, he had half his body out the window. Yeah. Just, you know, that Bay Area shit. You know how they do. That weird shit. He goes ride the whip. And, you know, they just want to be flamboyant. You know what I'm saying? They want to be seen and shit.
But you said the females was yelling Tupac's name, right?
Yeah, once
That's
he was
how
hanging
y'all
out the
found
window.
out they was in the car, right?
Tupac, Tupac, and he was, you know, that's bullshit. You know, a real motherfucker gonna be sitting down and set his ass down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I be hanging out no fucking window. Just want to be seen and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So you and your crew, y'all on Flamingo and Cobalt, and y'all slowly pull up to Tupac and Suge in a black BMW. Tell me how that came about.
We just took the gutter lane. Like we said, we pulled up to the little stoplight, and they was making a right. It was about 17 cars. We just pulled up in the gutter lane. Seen their ass. You know, that first shot.
And let me say this to y'all. Pac and them was moving wrong that night. He said they had 17 cars out there, but they was all in a row. That car should have been surrounded. I'm talking about both sides. I know they said the girls was on one side, but Pac's car should have always been surrounded. If you had that many people riding an entourage, it's supposed to be somebody in front of you, somebody on the both sides, and somebody behind you. They're supposed to damn near provide a shield. Straight up. If you got 17 cars riding with you, they ain't supposed to all be riding in one row. That was bad protocol that night because it was supposed to be people on all sides of you. Especially you just got into an incident like that. They should have had people riding in the front, people riding on both sides. It should have been no girls. Nobody should have been able to ride up on the side. Nobody. Or from the back. Right? Because if they would have had somebody on the side, there's no way Keefe and them would have been able to pull up, like he said, and get anything off because they wouldn't have had nowhere to go. They wouldn't have been able to escape. Because there'd have been a car in front of them, a car on the side, a car in the left-hand angle of them. That would have been Pac and Suge. Bro, this nigga gave the whole case.
Big boy in the head. I thought he was dead. Like, damn, he's dead. They didn't even get a chase.
He's saying he even witnessed Suge get hit in the head with the bullet. He said, I thought he was dead. He's saying he saw the first shot. Bro, there's no way you can overcome this. Because they're going to say, hey, who got shot first? Did Suge get... Boom. Suge did not line Tupac up, bro. Ain't nobody lining you up and being right there in the line of fire, bro. There ain't nobody doing that shit, bro. That's bullshit. That's been a bullshit narrative for years. Suge Knight did not line Tupac up, bro. He did not line Tupac up, bro. Y'all don't let basic shit be basic shit, man. Ain't nobody in America gonna say fire that many shots into the car and I'm gonna sit right beside this dude. Are you out your damn mind? And I'm damn near 300 something pounds. Get out of here, bro. He did not say that. He said that Suge got hit in the head first, bro. Suge could have been killed. All Suge had to do was move one way the wrong way. He's dead, bro. You think he'd have put himself in the line of fire? You ain't nobody with a brain doing that, bro. You'd have to be a damn fool to put yourself in a line of fire, get a dome shot, which he got lucky. He got grazed in the back of his head. If Suge Knight would have just moved back a half a centimeter, he's dead. So, y'all got to think, some of the things y'all say is stupid as hell on YouTube, bro. You have to be a damn fool. Ain't no did it with JFK. Shut up, man. You're a liar, bro. You're a liar, bro. You have to be a damn fool to think I'm going to sit in the car. Suge Knight was what, 6'4", 300 pounds, 300-something pounds, nigga? You sitting in the car, you way bigger than Tupac. He's a bigger target, nigga. Boy, these people on YouTube stuck on stupid, man. I tell y'all what, man. These people ain't got no brains on YouTube, man.
Chase make it so bad. Some brawls gave chase. They got their little windshield.
Nah, Suge actually got hit with a bullet, dog. Suge got shot with a bullet. Go read the police report. Go read the medical report. He got hit with a bullet. He didn't get hit with no glass, bro. He got hit with a bullet. He got grazed by a bullet, boy. Go read that go read that hospital report. That's how I know you don't know nothing about this case.
She was shot out. It was over with after that.
Dre, he was the one that was supposed to shoot, Tupac and Suge, but he got scared, right?
No, he didn't really get scared. He wasn't ready for that. They was youngsters, man. Kids.
But once again, I mean, y'all Crips, right? So he should be used to that, right, Dre? So why was
he wasn't ready for that? But everybody got a role, man. Everybody ain't killers. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna kill.
So
everybody
Dre,
ain't
he
with
wasn't
that.
a shooter?
No.
Okay, so but he was the one that was supposed to shoot up Tupac and Suge, but for some reason he wasn't ready for it, so he gave the gun to Orlando, right?
Something like that, yeah.
And Orlando is the shooter. He's the known shooter. I mean, everybody know Orlando Anderson was the shooter. So Drake got cold feet. He didn't want to do it. He gave the gun to Orlando, and Orlando shot Tupac and Suge.
Yeah, he did his thing, yeah.
He said he did his thing, yeah. He pointed it out right there. He basically gave the case. Right there. There's nothing else to really talk about, y'all.
Okay, so what was Tupac and Suge's reaction when Orlando started shooting up the building?
Shit. Suge just ducked his head. And the first bullet went in his head. And the next one's hit him. He was doing a breakdance, trying to jump in the back seat or something. Yeah. Like, damn. Yeah, what the fuck? Looked like he was trying to jump in the, but the bullets was in his ass. Then we made the right, and them brawls tried to get a little chase. You know what I'm saying? But I wonder why Reddy didn't get a chase, because I seen him do some shooting before, for sure.
Right. So
you want to talk about that too?
No, we're gonna get into all that. So Tupac, you said he was trying to reach for a gun, or it looked like he was trying to reach for a gun.
Yeah. Looked like he was trying to get his thing done. That's what it looked like.
And you said Tupac tried to jump in the back seat.
It looked like he was
when y'all start shooting.
He was reaching. It looked like he was trying to jump in the back seat or something. He was like breakdancing or some shit. Yeah.
All right, so
to the brother who said Orlando was not the shooter, I think I'm gonna take the words of somebody who was in the car. I think I'm gonna take the words of the person who said he was in the car, bro. I think I'm gonna take his word.
All right, so how you feel about people that say Suge use Tupac as a shield?
Oh, he used that shit. This man shot in the fucking head. That's what we thought was dead.
Okay.
First bullet went straight in his head.
So Suge Knight reaction wasn't him trying to grab Tupac?
Nah, he's lying. That's why I say Greg Kane, Reggie, Knockout, all was they there? They wasn't there.
So after the incident, what did y'all do after that?
That's what I said to that boy in the comments just now. Was they there? They wasn't there. This man was there. And I told y'all, you have to be a damn fool if you think Suge Knight set Tupac up and was set right there beside him. Only a damn fool would think that. How many shots they fired in that car? So Suge would have had to hope that none of them shots hit him. Niggas need to sit down and shut up. They sound stupid on the internet. This type of stupidity you got going around on the internet. Think about that. You got a dude that's 6'4", 300-something pounds, sitting beside a miniature dude. He's a way bigger target. Got hit in the head first. Like they said, they thought he was dead. Period. Dudes is clowns, bro.
After that, y'all went to the hotel, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
We started drinking and shit. From bottles, shit. That's all. And shit. Didn't nobody know but us four that was in the car.
Right.
Yeah.
So what happened with the gun? Where y'all stashed the gun at?
I left it on the tire in one of them cars on the parking lot.
What did y'all do with the white Cadillac?
Take it back to the rental car place.
How long did y'all stay in Vegas after that incident?
We left the next day.
See, that's the one thing I always have a question about. To everybody listening to this video. What happened to the gun? He said that they left the gun on the wheel well of one of them cars. Somebody must have stole that gun. Or they must have drove off and not known that gun was there and it dropped off. But somebody, if the cops don't got that gun, somebody got that gun. Right? And again, I believe what Keefe D was saying in his interview. I believe him. Here's the reason why I believe Keefe D. I believe Keefe D because, first of all, that's a situation where they would have told Orlando to stand on business. He said Orlando wanted to get this guy out with Pac and them. So why wouldn't Orlando be the one that want to be the one that did the do? Then when they went back to to Compton, they said that they was the ones that was bragging. Orlando was bragging that he did it in the whole hood. Think about this, right? Think about what I'm saying to y'all. It's a whole bunch of niggas that wasn't even in the car that's running around here talking. I'm taking Keefe D's word. He was in the actual car. This shit happened to Orlando. Right? The police have basically insinuated that it was Orlando who did it. Keefe D's getting charged because he's an accessory. When you're in the car and you're a part of this crime, you're charged with the same charge. Everybody in the car would have been hit with first-degree murder charges, even if you didn't pull the trigger, because you're an accessory to murder. So since he's the only one alive, he's the one getting charged with it. Right? Think about what I'm saying to y'all. Right?
And you told Orlando not to tell nobody, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I said, on this type of shit, you can't be telling nobody shit. That's the only way you're going to stay free.
There you go right there. He said, I told Orlando on this type of shit, you can't tell nobody, bro. That's the only way you're going to stay free. Period. And so the person said they believe Suge. Suge ain't said nothing about it yet. He said something to Art of Dialogue in an interview with Art of Dialogue. Go listen to what he told Art. You guys are putting words out there that y'all don't even know what y'all talking about, Ashley. You talking about something you don't even know what you're talking about, Ashley. You don't even know what you're talking about, Ashley. You putting out words, Ashley, that you don't even know what you're talking about, baby. And that's just me telling you that respectfully. Respectfully, baby. Respectfully. All right? That's all I'm saying to you. Right? That's all I'm saying to you. All right? Think about what I said. So again, you just have to, like I said before, all these things, uh, you know, they're out here for the whole public to see. All right. And here. They're in the atmosphere now.
We had Tupac Dad on the platform, and he spoke about, the situation that happened in Vegas. And he said that, he felt like Tupac, he was being watched by the government the night that he was shot. And he also said that he felt like Tupac was set up. How you feel about them comments being made by Tupac Dad? Keefe D confessed to the United States government in a proffer agreement to handing his nephew Orlando Anderson the gun that ultimately killed your son Tupac Shakur. After Orlando was jumped at the MGM Grand, you've never spoken on this. How does that make you feel that he confessed to that and the government gave him a deal?
Well, I think the key question there is the government. The government gave him the deal. He was being tailed by the government the night of his assassination. He was being tailed by the government Quad Studio. It's a known fact. Known fact. So I don't know this guy, Keith. I don't know. Maybe he had to say that to get out of some issues. I don't know. I just know it looked like a setup to me.
Tupac's the government, what the government gonna kill him for? Was he? What would the government kill him for? What would the government kill him for? That don't make sense. Why would the government kill him? Bro? Come on, big dog. He that fucking powerful. Come on, man. Don't make no fucking sense. Like he Putin or some fucking body. Vladimir Putin. Come on, man. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Government had him on the hit list. Come on, man. That don't even sound right, man. Conspiracy theorists. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, the feds don't come knock on your door unless they got your ass. They got your ass by the balls. And their conviction rate is 99%. And I don't have $1 billion. He don't have $1 billion. Tupac Daddy don't know how the feds work. You know what I'm saying? That's his opinion. Hey, dog. Let me tell you something, my brother. Tupac never jumped on him. He was by himself. He didn't. My nephew never jumped on no fucking Tupac. Come on, man. Tupac was wrong with 2 left fucking shoes, nigga. Don't you think he was wrong? Honestly. I mean, yeah, I think he could have, reacted in a better way. You listen, homie. You don't think that man is wrong? He could have reacted in a better way, I guess. I mean, I'm talking about Vlad is his fucking biggest fan. He admitted that man is wrong, man. I mean, yeah, man. I mean, he was wrong, man, but that was only done out of loyalty, man. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. He never jumped. My nephew didn't jump on him. He jumped on my nephew, a kid, man. My nephew was a fucking kid. Them was grown-ass men, dude. You know what I'm saying? He was a fucking kid, dude. That's why he had on that jersey. He's a fucking kid, dude. You know what I'm saying? He was wrong. And my nephew never jumped on him. He jumped on my nephew. My nephew didn't throw a punch, man. Shit was wrong, dude. Jumped on a fucking kid, dude. And if I'm not mistaken, Orlando, he hurt his shoulder, right? Yeah, they kicked his shoulder and he went to the hospital, big dog. Yeah, they kicked his shoulder and he went to the hospital, yeah. Sure. What exactly was wrong with the shoulder? They put him on the sling. Gave him a sling. Yeah, they gave him a sling, yeah.
Think about all those things he's saying, bro. He's putting it out there, man. He's putting it out there, bro. These are all the things he's putting out there to the public, man. KPD's been putting it out there, bro. You know what I mean? And then it ended with this. Remember this.
So when it comes to the rumor that's been going around, man, that you might be getting arrested for the murder of Tupac, any last words? Dude, I'm a man. I'm going to stand tall through it all, dog. Whatever the lawyer got to offer me, I'm
to come through it, you know what I'm saying? I'm standing tall through it all, dude. You come arrest me, what the fuck I'm gonna do, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm standing through it all. The Lord got me, yo. God got me, yo. That's why I'm still here and everything, dude. You know, the Lord got me. And I'm not worried about that or nothing like that. What I'm gonna do. If they do come arrest me, all I want to do is just try to do the best. Hire me some good attorneys and try to get up out the shit. You know what I'm saying? They would have never found out everything. All that shit was a big cross. You know what I'm saying? Cross me. All he did was he was in it for money gang, dude. You know what I'm saying? But nobody supposed to ever find out that bullshit, and dude was in there for money gang. And I'm done with that.
He said nobody was ever supposed to find out. That's Keefe D's words. That's his words. Right? That's his words, man.
So what you think Boosie gonna do? You think he gonna chill or no?
We gonna see. We gonna see what his sentence deals. If he don't have 60 months, the feds go by 60 months. And a gun case is a mandatory minimum of 60 months. If he get anything under 60 months, he did told on somebody. I've been in the federal system. I know the whole system back and forth, especially with the sentencing guidelines stuff. A gun case is 5 years, at least. And it depends on what kind of guns you have and what kind of priors you have. He better have at least 5 years coming. He better, yeah. I seen with the ankle monitor on. I seen he was crying like a motherfucker to get up out of here too. Charleston White, hey, he had me laughing like a motherfucker. My son said, "Look what Charleston White said about your boy." Yeah, don't tell. The boys got your ass. Boy, he had me laughing like a mother. Yeah. You know what I want to see though? I want to see him and Charleston White get him up. I would call him out, but he too light in the ass for me. You know what I'm saying? That's a mismatch. Me and Boosie, you know what I'm saying? That's a mismatch. You know what I'm saying? He always talking about he gonna knock somebody out. But that's a mismatch. But I would like to see him and Charleston White get him up. I'll pay per view for that shit. I'm quite sure plenty of people will pay per view for that shit. But he got what he had coming because he talked too much. Mr. Boosie Boots.
I don't know, man. I don't know if you forgot, but I seen you a couple of times in person, man. You a small dude. You sure you could beat up Boosie?
What you think?
I don't know, man. I mean, Boosie, he might put hands on you, to be honest.
Boosie weigh 130 pounds, dude. I bench press 350, man. Come on, man. I'll make him a presso. You know, I'll bench press this motherfucker little ass and skull crush his little bitty ass. That dude ain't no matchmaker for me. Matter of fact, I got some daughters that can beat him up. I got 2 daughters that can beat up Boosie. And I'll put my money on their ass. Some grandsons, too. I'll beat Boosie ass and his little kids. That little boy. I'll beat the shit out of both of them. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 grandsons. I touched them up. And they only 17 years old. You hear me? Yeah. I got 2 daughters that beat up Boosie, too. Whoop Boosie ass. Yeah.
I want to get your honest point of view on this, man. Do you consider yourself a rat for chilling on your dead nephew?
No, not really. That's what the mafia do. The gangsters do that shit. But you know, I hate they put me in that position like that because I fought them people on for 15 years. That man was on my ass when I was in jail for 5.5 years. That man came up there every other month, telling the wardens and all that. He the rapper killer. He this, he that. Ooh, he killed Biggie and Tupac. Ooh, yeah. So yeah, I fought them people on for 15 years, man. And when I got back out, the dudes put me in a position, dude. You know, all they got to do is go in the Freedom of Information Act, get the paperwork, and they see what type of position I was in. You know, it wasn't just me going to go down. It was, you know, bigger people than me, bigger fishes than me. Lose their McDonald's, their homes, and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Liquor stores and all that type of shit. It wasn't just me they put in a pickle like that. You know what I'm saying? Collect and everything. Yeah.
So yeah, man, we definitely gonna see, man, and we're gonna all see what happens with that book, man. It's crazy how Suge's book comes out on August the 4th, and the murder trial starts on August the 10th. That's crazy. So the book comes out 6 days before the murder trial starts. That's crazy work, man. And like I said before, his lawyer is doing a lot of great talking, but his lawyer got a hard battle, in my opinion, bro. I think that everything that Keefe D have said, along with all of these things that have come up over the years that they probably have, as far as evidence that we've never seen before, I believe that they had all this evidence, but I believe that because of Keefe's proffer, they could not charge him. But when he went outside the proffer, meaning whatever he said in that proffer was put away. I mean, they can't do nothing. But when you come outside of the proffer talking and giving up information, now that's not a part of your proffer anymore. Now that can be used against you. And that's exactly what they did. They used his interviews and his books and his confessions publicly against him. And I guarantee you they're gonna say they're gonna have evidence to line up everything along with his statements. From testimonies, you're gonna see people who was dead who probably gave statements to the police back then that they have. That they're going to bring up in this trial. That's going to corroborate some of the things he was saying in the interviews. So then what they're going to do is they're going to put a reasonable doubt in the minds of the jury about him saying, oh, everything I was saying was lies. I was just capping. How could you be capping about this specific information if we have this here, this here, this here, this here? They're going to line that shit up. It's going to be like a big ass board. Watch. It's ironic how his murder trial is starting right now. It's getting ready to start on August the 10th. It's ironic how that shit is coming up, y'all. Peep how everything is unfolding now. A lot of stuff's gonna come out, man. 30-something years later. And we finna find out a lot of hidden secrets in this trial. Like, share, subscribe, man. I hope y'all enjoy this stream. And we'll be back in the algorithm probably in another couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? We'll be back in the algorithm where y'all be getting the notifications. Because y'all damn sure ain't getting notifications on this channel. But we'll be back in the algorithm. Y'all got to keep hitting the like button and hyping these videos. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go read the full article, all you got to do is go to the New York Post. It's right up there. The article's up there today. You go read the article yourself. They're saying that Suge Knight is supposed to give up this information in this book on August the 4th. Hey, we always appreciate the support. And if you guys want to do so, you can use the Cash App or PayPal links. They'll be in the description box below this video or pinned at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch. And make sure that you get the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this video. Check out our next video coming up right now.